All right, everybody, here we are with Tatiana and Kelly for this week's Mortgage Minute. Hey, Tatiana, how you doing?
Hi guys. Wait a second, where are you? What is those things on the background? Something new. What is that?
So we're at our new Tyson's office.
Ooh.
And we decided as a way to showcase our buyers and sellers' homes and the transactions we've done. These are watercolors of houses.
That we have sold, transactions that we have done. Yeah.
Wow, that's
As
amazing.
we're here working and making the calls, we can look and be like, I remember that. I remember those people.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's
This
fun.
is a great idea.
It's a game that we play. We try to go through them because they're all over the office, and first one that can't guess which house it is loses, has to take a drink.
That's a very good idea. You're a great decorator, Kelly.
Oh,
I'm jealous.
so I'm jealous of you for so many more reasons.
All right, enough of the jealousy.
Okay, sorry.
So naughty or nice, what's going on?
Okay, let me tell you what's going on. I'm gonna share them.
I don't know if I like the tone of your voice, Tatiana.
No, actually, it started not very good, but then it's gonna be good. So for the week of April 26th to May 2nd, interest rates did rise slightly due to employment cost index showing a bit stronger wage growth month to month. However, this morning, unemployment and payroll numbers came in favor for the interest rates. And we see the immediate market reaction with improving rates. For example, unemployment rate came in at 3.9% versus 3.8%, and payroll at 175,000 versus 243. So it's negative data is actually good for interest rates. It's
Okay.
reverse psychology.
Okay.
So, and you can see here we have 7.37 interest rate, average rate for conventional, 6.82 for FHA, 7.5 for jumbo. Those are numbers for the 26th to 2nd, but basically from last Thursday to Thursday before to yesterday's Thursday. Right now it's slightly better, but by an eighth or so. In some cases could be by a quarter even. So we'll see what happens next week.
Can I ask you a quick question? So what time of day on Friday do the rates usually post that you see and that you use?
So the rates do post around 11:30.
Okay.
Sometimes there could be a delay. And that's every day like that, except for weekends. Weekends they're closed. So they open in the morning and they close at midnight. Well, with market closes at 5, and then it's until midnight it's gonna be that rate. Sometimes when there's significant changes in the market, rates could adjust throughout the day. So we could get worsening prices, worsening rates, or actually improvement. In this case, for example, there is a possibility of yesterday actually rates improved once throughout the day during the day, and today we haven't seen that yet, but it could happen, or it just stabilizes and nothing happens.
Okay,
Makes sense.
Yeah.
What you were saying about the reverse psychology is if we get good reports, good news, then the interest rate, it's bad news for the interest rates because they go a little higher, right? And vice versa. And I like to think about it like the feds are like these real serious parents who just like to keep us kids all on an even keel. It's like, whoa, now don't get too excited. This might be good, but we're gonna settle you down here. And then if we get all really bad news, they're like, there, honey, it's gonna be fine. We'll make the interest rates a little bit better, right? It's like even parenting.
There you go.
I think that's what the feds are.
We should try that at home. See what happens.
It's almost too late.
That's right.
But basically, the reason why it's happening is because when data is negative like this, for traders, it's better to buy bonds because bonds are more secure. They're more, you make less money on them, but they're
Yeah.
more conservative. You lose less as well. When data is good, positive, it means that they start buying stocks, because stocks are more riskier, but you can make more money with that. That's and interest rates, they are tied to bonds. That's why when they start buying bonds, it's good for rates go down. So kind of like to think about that way, or your example is better, Kelly. I like it.
I don't know.
I felt like the guy on Mr. Fox, who was like.
Yeah, my examples rarely make sense to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, on another note, I'd like to ask you a very, very big burning question for most buyers out there, especially new home buyers, right? First time home buyers. And it's, how much house can I afford? Especially the ones who've just gotten that really great job and, and they're here with their coworkers and we're making over $100,000 a year. And they're like, hey, so where do you live? What did your house cost? And they're getting all this and they're thinking, oh, well, that must mean I can afford this house, but it's not always true. Sometimes it is. What is it? How do people know what they can actually afford?
Okay, let's see how much they can afford. So there are two parts to it, I would say. First is how lenders look at it, right? So
Okay.
what do we look at? How do we calculate how much money we can give someone? So we'll look at, first of all, it's important for us to know what the down payment amount is going to be, right? Because if someone wants to buy a house for 800,000 and they put zero money down versus 20% down or 5%, it's going to be different numbers. Less you put down, higher the monthly payment is going to be.
Okay.
Right? So, and we'll look at that to income ratio calculation. That's why we need to know the down payment amount. So because then we know what loan amount we're talking about. And debt to income ratio, or DTI for short, is percentage of gross income that goes towards monthly obligations. Someone makes 10,000 a month and allowed DTI, let's say, is 45%, or oftentimes we can go to 50, even $5,000 maximum monthly obligations that include mortgage payment, future mortgage payment, and current payments on credit cards, car loans, whatever they might have. So that's what we look at. But we look at the gross income. And as we know, the gross income is not the same as net income, right?
Right.
Net income is after taxes, and also depends on what percentage people allocate to 401k or whatever else they might have. So they bring home less than 10,000, right? So, and we don't really know the spending habits of the client. So the second part would be the buyer needs to determine what comfortable payment they're going to have. They want to have, right? Because I can see that they're very conservative with their credit. Maybe they have no credit card debt, no car loans, but I don't know, maybe they have a expensive childcare, and that could be expensive. Or they take kids to private schools, or maybe they just like to shop at Louis Vuitton store in Galleria, or
Marketplace.
or they have expensive hobbies like, I don't know, sports car racing, and I don't know what golfing could be very expensive also, right? So that's why one thing is, when I tell the client, you qualify for this amount and your payment is going to be X, your payment is going to be 7,000. And I see a lot of clients that actually qualify for more than they want to spend.
Okay.
So that's important question. I ask them what payment you're going to be comfortable with and you don't want to exceed. And a lot of cases, clients don't have the answer. So I say, okay, this is your homework, because they need to determine, because last thing we want is for them to be house poor, right? So
Right.
Right.
you live in this nice house, but you didn't eat for a week. So
Right.
we need to make sure that they're going to be comfortable, and they need to be sure they're comfortable. That's the question that they need to ask themselves. And sometimes I actually recently had a situation when a client, they know what they want. They want the payment not to exceed $3,500, but they also like this house that give with that price range and down payment amount. The payment is $4,000. So
Right.
it's more than they want to spend because they have a budget and
Yeah.
it's too much. But then they have to lower their search by about $50,000 or maybe even more.
Yeah.
So what I suggest people sometimes to do is maybe eliminate some other debt. For example,
Yeah.
like this client, they have a car loan with $500 payment on it, and the balance is $15,000. So pay off your car. You're gonna spend only $15,000, but you're gonna free up that $500 that you're right now over
Right.
your budget with this property. But the
Yeah.
property is 5,000, and to be in 3,500 payment, they need to lower their search by 50,000 or so. So instead of lowering your search by 50,000, you just pay $15,000. But I'm
Yeah.
talking about lowering the search by 50,000. You just
Yeah.
pay
Right. Yeah.
15, and you're gonna be where you wanted to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and that's where it's big to come and talk to you, to their loan officer, with who has the big picture at this point to say, look, these are the little buttons we can move around to help you meet your goals.
Yep. That's
Exactly.
right.
Exactly.
Yeah, and a lot of buyers don't think about that. A lot of people wouldn't think about that. They're looking only at one category versus looking at the whole financial picture. You know, and in the example you just gave, it's almost like they're spending $15,000 to be able to buy $50,000 worth of
Yeah.
house, and it's
Exactly.
that's a fair.
Yeah.
That's the most cost-effective way. That's what I like to do, and that's the fun part of my job, that
Yeah.
to be
Yeah.
creative and to be more cost-effective. Because why it happens like this? They pay 15,000 and it frees up 50,000 for them.
Right.
Because on the mortgage payment, it's spread over 30 years, right?
Mhm.
So when you spend $10,000 on a mortgage, or increased or decreased
Right.
the mortgage by $10,000, it changes your payment by only $60.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When here with this car loan of $15,000 balance, the payment was 500. So
Yeah.
it's a huge difference, and this is the most cost-effective way
Right.
to get where you want with the least money out of your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. And especially your house is going to appreciate, whereas your car is depreciating.
Yeah, that's right. That's
Yes,
smart.
that's perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm gonna also say that to my clients.
Yeah. We had someone who, one of the things they spent their monthly income on was like a warehouse or something where they would go and do like workshop stuff, whatever it was, right? And it was like, I think a few $100s a month anyway. But this house that they all fell in love with was a little bit out of their price range, but it had something where, oh, you know what? I don't need that anymore because there was like this amazing workspace in the house. So sometimes
Yeah.
being willing to go over that like, look, okay, this is a little bit higher, but could we creatively get rid of these other
or
monthly
storage
debts?
unit.
Yeah,
But if the
storage.
house has storage, just different options. Yep.
Yeah, I like it.
I
So
like
now
it.
if somebody asks us that question, we send it to Tatiana.
We
This is
always
how you
send
do it.
everybody to Tatiana.
That's right. All right.
Yeah, good. Do you have any special anecdotes?
You know, I'm anecdoted out today.
Oh.
Yeah.
It must have been a week. I've been here for it.
Yeah, it's been one of those days.
Yeah.
All right.
Anything else for us, Tatiana?
No, that's it. Just have a great weekend, and I
Yeah,
will see you next week.
All right, you
Okay.
too.
Oh, wait, how do they get in touch with you? Do you have a
Yeah.
slide?
Oh, yeah. No, I don't have a slide.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting. But my number is 571-245-3000.
All right.
Very good.
We'll see you
Thank
next.
you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.